po, sabi ni Mr. Guban, thank you Mr. Taguba, since time immemorial, aba nakakaalarma po yan. Napakarami po ng estudyante ng Customs Administration.
Yung container minsan sa kalsada lang po yan. Pag walang warehouse na designated yung consignee, minsan sa kalsada lang binababaan na nila yung kargamento. Hiwa-hiwalay. Ilalagay na sa mga close van. Pag may illegal, close van kaagad yan, takbo na sa kanila para pambinta. So,
Naharang pa yung container na fina-facilitate mo for release.
Ayun po, Your Honor. Sabi ko rin po minsan, ano lang din nila yan para magbigay ka sa kanila, additional na payment. Pag nag-alert naman sila, hindi marami. Unti-unti lang. Pero syempre, kahit isang container lang ang ma-alert dyan, malaking halaga po yun yung laman ng container. So, kaaregluhin mo talaga siya. So sa aking side, patingin ko po, para siyang additional income. Parang siguro, may sila ngayong araw, kailangan nila ng pera. So mga haras sila ng tao, pupunta ka sa mag-aareglo ka.
Mark, I am talking about the container which had this metal cylinder with illegal drugs. Was it a coincidence na siya yung na-check? Or is there other reason behind kung bakit sa kabila ng enrollment mo sa Davao Group, naharang itong shipment na to?
Hindi po siya naharang sabi ko nga po, green lane po siya.
Green lane?
Opo. So, dire-diretso po siya. Wala po siyang x-ray, wala po siyang physical examination. At talagang wala kaming alam na kung may to. Sa katunayan nga, ang tagal nga na-release May 15 pa dumating yung container, sinabi ko na yun noon. May 24 pa siya na-deliver.
So, how was the shabu contained in the metal cylinder discovered?
Ayun po, nagkaroon ng raid sa May 26 sa Valenzuela. At yun, binuksan nila yung cylinder doon. Doon nila nalaman na may shabu yung cylinder.
The discovery happened after the release?
Yes po.
When the same is already in the warehouse?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Kanina sabi mo, wala sa packing list yung metal cylinder. Tama ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Anong naging basis ng implication mo dito sa metal cylinder when the same is not written among the items in the packing list?
Ayun po, ang tanging ebidensya lang po nila is yung logbook ng Hongfei na di umano, nung nagdiskarga dun sa container na yun, merong 5 cylinder na diniskarga dun sa container na yun.
And who prepared that logbook?
Yung Hongfei din po.
Would you know who is that employee or representative of Hongfei? Kasi pwede ko namang basta isulat lang yan
Yun nga po.
Na may kasama siyang metal cylinder when in fact wala.
Yun po. Yun po, kasama po yun sa aming depensa na bakit yun ang pinagbasehan nila, yung pwede mong isulat na lang kahit sino. Samantalang sa amin, meron kami mga dokumento na in-examine yan sa China. At hindi naman po yan ninakaw Dumaan yan sa Bureau of Customs
So, was the person who unloaded the cargo from the container while in the warehouse already, was he presented in the court?
Yung nag-unload po, hindi po. Hindi po
So,
siya
it was only
yung prepare lang po nung yung unhigh packing list na sinasabi nila. Na yun
Wait, sabi mo kanina the packing list which goes with the bill of lading does
Hindi
not
po yun.
include.
Hindi po siya kasama doon. Kaya nga nagulat kami. Bakit may iba pang packing list?
In other words, dalawa yung packing list ngayon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Packing list that goes with the bill of lading nung dumating yung shipment.
Yung packing list na pinresent niya doon sa court, kailanman hindi ko pa nakita yun. At hindi rin yun dumaan sa Bureau of Customs. Kaya ikino-contest namin yun Saan ang galing yung packing list na yun?
Were you not able to keep your own copy of this customs documents, importation documents, para sana na-prove mo that the packing list that they are offering to the court is different from the real and actual packing list.
Yun nga po, Your Honor, hindi kami pinakinggan dyan.
But were you able to keep for yourself
Opo,
copy of the importation documents?
Opo, pinresent po namin yan.
Yun bang documents mo, do they bear the stamp of the BOC that they were processed already?
Yes po, Your Honor. Mismong BOC.
Tapos yung packing list nila, mayroon ding tatak ng BOC.
Wala po. Ano nga lang po siya gawa-gawa lang eh. So, yun nga, kahit sino pwedeng gawin yun. So, bakit yun yung sinuportahan ng korte, no?
Mr. Chair, we are talking about here about two packing lists. One with the stamp of the Bureau of Customs and the other without the stamp of the Bureau of Customs. I just want to manifest how come if the one with the stamp was likewise presented in court, present nyo ba?
Yes po. After po yung pinresent namin, tsaka lahat po ng dokumento na dumaan po sa BOC.
I just want to state for the record, Mr. Chair, why between these two documents, the one with the stamp of the BOC and the one without the stamp, the one which was appreciated in hearing the case, is this one which does not bear the stamp of the BOC? That is a manifestation, Mr. Chair. And kanina po, sabi ni Mr. Guban, thank you Mr. Taguba, since time immemorial, aba nakakaalarma po yan. Napakarami po ng estudyante ng Customs Administration. And even myself, I was able to teach a lot of Bachelor of Science in Customs Administration students. It is quite alarming na ang dadatnan nilang sistema sa BOC has been installed since time immemorial. Talo pa, Mr. Chair, ang principle of law since time immemorial. So, in this light, Mr. Chair, I wish to share to the committee, I hope this is the one of the actual forms which are being used as bill of lading. Secretariat, please. Mr. Guban, based on your experience as an employer official of BOC for a long period of time, please walk us through. Paano po ba ginagamit itong form na ito? And I wish to give emphasis also to his statement earlier. Dapat dun sa loading pa lang, kilala na natin kung sino yung shipper. And if the shipper, I do not understand why he should be different from the owner of the shipment or the exporter. If they are two different persons, I wish that the names of both should be reflected. That is for us to be able to determine the parties accountable for the contents of the container. Not only that, Mr. Chair, pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, kung ang consignee is different from the owner, the identity of both must be disclosed as well. And we have to emphasize also that this bill of lading, if I am not mistaken, is under oath. Bawal magsinungaling. I remember, Mr. Chair, during our hearing in the Dangerous Drugs Committee about the illegal drugs which was apprehended at Empire 999 in Mexico, Pampanga. Ito pong form na ito ay napakaraming iniwan na blanko. Reason kung bakit hindi natin matrace kung sino ang party accountable. So, I wish to bring this as well to the attention of the BOC. Aanin po ba natin yung mga cells na yan? Yung mga blankong yan, kung hindi po natin uobligahin ang mga parties concerned to fill in the necessary and accurate information. Bakit po kailangan nating mag-process, tumanggap ng bill of lading na bungi-bungi? So that in case of illegal kargamento or contraband, hindi maintindihan kung sinong hahabulin. And the worst scenario is, the people in between, naghanap buhay lang, natuwa dun sa kita nila. Like the consignee for hire, like the custom broker, both are totally unaware of the contents of the container. Sila ang nakukulong. So, Mr. Chair, may we request Jimmy Guban, ano po ba dapat sinusulat dito sa bill of lading na ito? Please walk us through as to the actual practice at the BOC. Pasensya na po sa taga-BOC, parang mas marami pong alam si Jimmy Guban kaysa sa ating mga resource persons from BOC.
Your Honor,
Mr.
dapat po
Chair.
yung, thank you po, Your Honor. Dapat po yung bill of lading, advance po na dumadating yan sa port, sa Bureau of Customs, lalo na po sa Office of the Commissioner, then sa Office ng District Collector, din pababa po. So doon po malalalaman na natin kung ano ang mga kargamento base doon sa sinulat nila. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Guban, let's start with the parties. Sino po yung mga parties concerned whose names must appear in the bill of lading?
Your Honor, mas maganda po kung umpisahan ko siguro sa consignee. Kasi pag bill of
Consignee.
lading, from galing lang yun abroad eh. So yung consignee, yung accreditation ng customs, ang consignee kasi wala isang warehouse. Yun yung importer natin dito sa Pilipinas. So yung consignee, inaaprobahan nung na-assign pa ako noon.
Mr. Guban, are you trying to say that the consignee and the importer is one and the same person?
Meron yan, ma'am, na isa lang. Merong iba. Kaya nga po may shipper, may bill of lading. Galing po yun doon sa shipper. So pagdating dito sa Pilipinas po, kung bill of lading na, may kasama na po yun na advance foreign manifest from the shipping line. So yung port of loading, nakalagay na po yun doon sa lahat. Ibig sabihin, from the port of loading, nakadeklara po yun doon sa packing list kung ano yung laman po ng container. So yung container po doon from the port of loading, iba-iba po nun ang may-ari. Kaya po mayroong tinatawag kaming consolidator abroad. Sa isang de 20 or de 40, there are instances na mayroon pong 3 o 5 ang may-ari.
Okay, let me interrupt. How do we determine who are the owners of the different packages contained in one container facilitated by one consolidator?
Na, Your Honor, to tell you frankly, wala na po. Isa na lang ang may-ari nun, yung shipper na lang.
Shipper na lang.
Opo, yung nagpadala dito. Yung tunay na may-ari nun, sila na nag-uusap from the port of origin hanggang dito sa Pilipinas.
In other words, the real owners of this shipment talks to the shipper.
To the shipper, Your Honor.
They pay the shipper also
That's correct, Your Honor.
for allowing their shipment to be contained in the container.
Opo, Your Honor.
And we have no document to show kung sino ang may-ari, actual owner ng mga shipment na ito, except for the shipper.
Except for the shipper, Your Honor, then even the company, if that is authentic or original na galing doon sa port of loading. Dito sa atin, ang dokumento marami sa recto eh. So, yun po, Your Honor, dapat sine-check para yung bill of lading masabi natin di na tama. So, para pagdating doon sa, ibinangga nyo po yun sa consignee, yung importer na. Pagdating po dito, yung consignee kasi, yun yung lumalabas na importer, sila ngayon ang magdideklara, yung license broker. So sila ang magdideklara kung ano po yung mga in-import nila base doon sa shipper papunta ng Pilipinas. So kung ano po ang binigay na pinadala dito sa bill of lading, packing list, yun din ang ilalodge na entry nung consignee dito po sa Pilipinas, sa customs. Ang problema po natin, kaya hindi na po natin ma-check dahil yung consignee, minsan ang daming budiga na pinagdadalhan nila iba-iba. Hindi na po natin na monitor pagbaba ng kargamento kung tama yung dineklara nila from the port of origin. Ang sabi nila sa port of origin, 5, tsinelas, shoes, T-shirts, kung ano pa. Pagdating po dito sa Pilipinas, hindi na nakikita ng mga consignee, yung nagtatrabaho na katulad kay Mark. Kasi dinadala na po yan nila sa kanilang budiga. So ang customs po, nawawala na yung monitoring kung ano na po ang laman ng container. So that is how the law enforcement in the Bureau of Customs work.
Is it correct to say, Mr. Guban, na ang ginagawa ng consignee at importer dito sa Pilipinas, they simply rely on the packing list that was prepared by the shipper?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you are the shipper, will you include among the packing list those which are illegal?
No, Your Honor.
Definitely not.
Not Your Honor.
In other words, dapat may actual inspection,
From the port of origin, Your Honor. That's correct.
both from the port of origin and at the port of unloading.
Yes, Your Honor. Opo.
Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please continue, Mr. Guban.
So, pagdating po dito ng consignee, iba-ibang may-ari, yung container minsan sa kalsada lang po yan. Pag walang warehouse na designated yung consignee, minsan sa kalsada lang binababaan na nila yung kargamento. Hiwa-hiwalay. Ilalagay na sa mga close van. Pag may illegal, close van kaagad yan, nintakbo na sa kanila para pambinta. So, we cannot, Your Honor, prevent the cargos, legal man or illegal, kung paano talaga natin maitatama, pati sa duties and taxes. Pati na rin po sa BIR, pagdating sa BIR. Dahil pagdating sa deklarasyon na nila, iba na. So,
Because there is really no actual inspection.
Your Honor, hindi naman po, kahit na wala na pong actual inspection sa x-ray makikita, kundi pagdating po dun sa labas. Kasi pagdating na po sa labas na wala na sa customs area, customs zone, nasa kanila na po for delivery na, where the customs importation will finish. So doon na po yung sa kanila na. Yung mga nandoon pala ay mamahaling laptop, mamahaling mga taxable goods. Hindi na po namin yun nakikita, hindi na po nakikita ng customs yun, kasi nandun na yun, sarado na ang budiga nila. So lalo na po pag ito nandun sa mga industrial estate. So rami po ang palusot na nangyayari from the port of origin, port of loading, hanggang doon po sa delivery po dito sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Attorney, I have few questions. Based on the testimony of Mr. Taguba, flat rate 170,000 per container, regardless of the contents of the container, because there is no actual inspection anymore that is happening. Would you agree with me, malaki ang pera na nawawala sa gobyerno?
Yes, Your Honor, I agree.
Yes. Since you assumed your office as Chief of Prosecution Division of BOC, ilan na po ba ang na-file niyong kaso ng smuggling?
Your Honor, based on our data, there are 508 cases from 2018 to 2024, Your Honor,
Where do you file those cases?
before the Department of Justice, Your Honor.
DOJ.
Yes, Your
Ilan naman po ang nakaabot sa court?
Your Honor, I can provide the data, but filed in court, 55 for filing in court, 40.
Come again, attorney.
Your Honor, for those filed in court, 55.
55?
55. For filing in court is 40. 40.
40 for those filed in court.
No, Your Honor, 55 for those
55.
filed in court.
Ano yung 40?
40 for filing, Your Honor. It's
For filing
for
pa lang.
filing, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, ganito ha, attorney, sabi mo, there are 508 cases you were able to file with the DOJ. 55 of those are already in court and 40 of those are still for filing with the court. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think, attorney, these statistics is commensurate doon sa sinasabi ni Mr. Guban since time immemorial?
Well, Your Honor, based on the numbers alone, it's low, Your Honor. But however, there are several
Or
factors.
let me rephrase my question. It's quite unfair for you. Yung 5 years mo na nasa BOC ka, chief ka ng prosecution division, he's saying widespread, lahat, since time immemorial, bago pa yata tayo naging abogado, yan ang sistema sa BOC. Do you think that these numbers are commensurate to the way that they are describing the TARA system, which even encouraged smuggling activities in BOC? Is it commensurate?
Well, Your Honor, based on numbers alone, Your Honor, it may not be commensurate.
It is not commensurate.
But Your Honor,
What do you think is lacking in your system? Attorney, I hope you realize napakabigat ng burden na nakaatang sa'yo.
yes, Your Honor, I do realize that, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, there are several factors, Your Honor.
All right, please enlighten us.
Your Honor, one is there's a 2024 rules on preliminary investigations and inquest proceedings, Your Honor, which changed the the quantum of evidence, Your Honor.
Why? Is it not probable cause pa rin ang
Your
pinag-uusapan
Honor.
natin?
No, Your Honor.
What?
Prima facie evidence, Your
Prima
Honor.
facie evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then?
And then another factor, Your Honor, are availability of original or certified documents, Your Honor. So if we don't have the original or certified copies, Your Honor, the DOJ might not have a resolution recommending the filing of an information against this importers.
You mean to say you are losing these cases at the level of the Department of Justice?
Some, Your Honor, some are in the court level, Your Honor.
Ito bang 508 minus 40 minus 55, buhay pa ba to? Still pending with the DOJ or dismissed already?
Your Honor, these are, some of them are dismissed, Your Honor.
How many have been dismissed already out of 508?
Based on my data, Your Honor, 10, Your Honor. 10 dismissed in court, Your Honor.
Dismissed in
dismissal.
court.
Court dismissal.
Dismissed by DOJ. How
No,
many?
Your Honor. Dismissed by DOJ, 16, Your Honor.
16.
Your Honor.
So, ang talo mo lang is 26.
Your Honor, there's also for automatic review, Your Honor.
May pag-asa ka pa sa 472.
Yes,
Tama ba?
Some of them are for automatic review, Your Honor.
For automatic review by the DOJ as
Yes,
well.
Your Honor.
How many are you in your office? Are you addressed also as prosecutor?
Your Honor, it is the Department of Justice state prosecutors who are the
Yeah, but your office says prosecution division. How do we have to address you?
Your Honor, we are also government prosecutors, Your Honor. We are the one who
Government
prosecute
prosecutors.
seizure cases.
But you
Your
are under BOC, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Baka dapat ang prosecutor galing DOJ. What do you think?
Your Honor, with due respect, Your Honor, the BOC lawyers are trained with the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act, Your Honor, and other related laws, rules, and regulations, Your
Yes,
Honor.
but based on your own admission, this statistics is low compared to the widespread TARA system that the two resource persons are describing.
Well, Your Honor, we are also in close coordination with the Department of Justice in order to improve our system, Your Honor.
Let me go back to my question. How many are you in your office? How many government prosecutors are you in your office?
Your Honor, 15, around 15, Your Honor.
Around 15. Do you closely coordinate with the POC police?
Yes, Your Honor. They provide us with data, Your Honor. Whenever they have a seizure, Your Honor, we are.
How many are those people at the BOC police, the law enforcement?
I have known.
You have no idea. Okay. Mr. Chair, I wish to request for a summary of the 508 cases. Just a summary. And then a verification of whether this 508 consignees belong to Green Lane, Yellow Lane, or Red Lane. Thank you, Attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. We will provide the requested data, Your Honor.
Mr. Taguba, one last. Si Kenneth Dong, is he associated to Davao Group?
Wala po akong personal knowledge. Parang nakikita ko lang may picture sila eh. Hindi ko po alam.
Do you believe that what happened at the warehouse, the raid that happened at the warehouse, where this metal cylinder was discovered containing shabu, do you believe that this is just part of the regular operation of the law enforcement, and it is just a coincidence that you are one among those enrolled with Davao Group? Nagkataon lang ba ito?
Sa akin po, kasi wala naman po akong personal knowledge. Sabi ko nagkataon lang.
Nagkataon lang.
Opo. Dahil wala naman po akong alam. Bukod dyan wala po akong alam sa mga ganyang bagay.
Mr. Chair, as a final word, I know I have said this before, but I think the revelations that we continue to hear from the resource persons warrants really the revisit of the charter of the Bureau of Customs. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro. The